She's 28 and scheduled to DIE in May. That's next month. I hope you're right with God before that happens. Matter of fact, the fact that we can schedule death is absolutely atrocious. We over here getting euthanized. And she's choosing to do this to herself. And doctors are okay with it. Doctors have signed off on it. It's legal. She could do whatever she wants to do. It's because she has a mental health disorder, anxiety, depression, something like that, to where she feels like, yo, I don't want to live no more. So instead of, here's the thing. Oh my gosh. Here's the thing. This world is so crazy. Hold on. I was just eating chips. Hold on. Let me get the chips out of my mouth first before I speak. Let me be polite. Are we good? We're not good. We're not good. Hold on. Do not eat chips before you make videos. Like they get all stuck in your teeth. This world is so crazy. What does God give? God gives life and he gives it more abundantly, right? Listen. God gives life and he gives it more abundantly. What does the devil come to do? To steal, to kill, and destroy. We have never, we are making it so easy. We are making it so easy for people to live out the will of the devil in their life. There has never been a point in time in all of history where it has been easier to off yourself than ever before. It has been, there has never been a point in life where it has been easier or safer, quote unquote, safer to off yourself than at any point ever in the history of this earth. We have literal doctors who are telling people, hey, you don't feel good. You're weary. You're upset. You don't feel like you don't feel like you fit in. This anxiety, this depression is just overweighing your life. You feel like there's no way out. These pills ain't working. The prescription pills ain't working. Listen, we have another way. You could just die. You could just die. We can make it real simple. We can make it real comfy. We can make it real comfy. And all that pain you feel will go away. That is the devil, bro. That is the devil. Let's watch this video real quick.
Hello, my name is Soraya and I'm 28 years old. I live in the Netherlands and recently my euthanasia request for my mental suffering got approved.
Zoraya Turabik is 28 and she expects to be euthanized in early May. She is one of a growing number of people across the West choosing to end their lives rather than live in pain. Pain that in many cases can be treated. Zoraya once had ambitions to become a psychiatrist, but she was never able to muster the will to finish school or start a career. She says she was hobbled by her depression and autism and borderline personality disorder. Now she was tired of living, despite, she said, being in love with her boyfriend, a 40-year-old IT programmer, and living in a nice house with their 2 cats. She recalled to me her psychiatrist telling her that they had tried everything, that, quote, there's nothing more we can do for you. It's never going to get any better. At that point, she said she decided to die. Quote, I was always...
Hold on. Bro, I hate this shirt because I wear it in public and the shirt is fly. I wear it on camera and the shirt is droopy. Listen, what did her doctor say to her? What did her doctor say to her? The doctor said, there's nothing more we can do for you. It's never going to get any better. Says who? says the doctor. Okay, doctor, you've exhausted all of your efforts, all of your human efforts trying to help me. Okay, great. Thanks for your services, doc. That's great. Check it out. I'm going to go to the one that created me. I'm going to go to the one that created the entire universe. That's where I'm going to get my healing from. Because you've been pumping me with drugs. You've been talking all this stuff. You've been telling me to do all this affirmations and meditations, and it just ain't working. You've been telling me to go on walks and this, that, and the third. It just ain't working. I'm going to go to Jesus. I'm going to go sit at his feet. I'm going to go sit at his feet and worship. And he's going to get me right. That's what I'm going to do. But so many of us have zero faith. The doctor says it's never going to get better, and we take that on face value, and we run with it. And we run with it. How can somebody tell you it's not going to get better when they didn't even create you? What does God have to say about it? What does God have to say about it? What does God say? That he's here to give you life and life more abundantly. What does the devil say? What does the devil say? It's never going to get any better. What does God say? I'm here to give you life and give it more abundantly. Come to me, I have healing. I have healing for that. There's healing for that. I still do miracles. What does the devil say? It's never going to get any better. If y'all don't see what's going on, man. And what did she say? It was at this point that she decided to die. That's what she said.
Can do for you. It's never going to get any better. At that point, she said she decided to die. Quote, I was always very clear that if it doesn't get better, I can't do this anymore. In 2022, the most recent year for which there is data, Dutch officials recorded 8,720 cases of euthanasia, a 13.7% increase from 2021.
Hold on. In 2022, the most recent year for which there is data, Dutch officials recorded 8,720 cases of euthanasia, a 13.7% increase from 2021, when there were 7,666 cases. Huh. All right. So that was a 13% increase. So what are we going to see in the 2023 data? We going to see like a 15, 16, 17, maybe even a 20% increase in the 2020. So it's just going to keep increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing. Listen. This is the solution that the world has for you. Life is hard. Can't get the career you want. Can't get the job you want. Can't get the spouse you want. Life is hard. And I understand people are going through some really tough stuff. But guess what? We have a call to endure until the end. The solution that the world has for you is death. This is nothing new. It's always been the solution. The solution has always been death. Well, you remember when people were saying YOLO, you only live once? You only live once, so dude, wild out. Do what you want to do. Go sleep with 100 people. Who cares if you get STD? Go rob a bank. Go have fun. YOLO, you only live once. You finna die anyway. YOLO. That's always been the solution that the world has. And that's the only solution that the world could offer you is death. And so many people are just accepting it. They're just taking the solution. They're not even thinking that there's anything better out there for them. That's the deception of the enemy. That's the spiritual warfare that I always talk about on this channel. And so many people are blind to it. Y'all gotta wake up. Y'all gotta wake up. Because I'm pretty confident 99.999% confident that she don't know God. Because if she knew God, this would not be happening in the first place. So you finna euthanize yourself and go to hell. The devil just finessed you out your life. He stole, he killed and destroyed all of that. Now you sizzling.
$7,666 cases. To put this in perspective, there were a total of 170,100 deaths in the Netherlands in 2022, meaning euthanasia cases comprised more than 5% of all deaths.
Euthanasia cases comprised more than 5% of all deaths in the Netherlands. 5%. They're legally killing people. And it's increasing. It's not funny, but I don't know what else to do but to laugh in this situation.
Now, typically, when we think of people who are considering assisted suicide, we think of people facing terminal illness. But this new group is suffering from other syndromes, depression or anxiety exacerbated, they say, by economic uncertainty, the climate, social media, and a seemingly limitless array of fears and disappointments. I spoke to a healthcare ethics professor.
God did not give you a spirit of fear. God did not give you a spirit of fear. As my camera goes out. Hold on, let me reset my camera. Hold on. All right. That was literally like 30 minutes later. I forgot I had unplugged my camera, so it died. I don't even know what I was talking about. I forget the point that I stopped on. Let me just play this video. Maybe it'll come back to me.
Who served for a decade on a euthanasia review board in the Netherlands from 2005 until 2014. He told me in those years he saw, quote, the Dutch euthanasia practice evolve from death being a last resort to death being a default option. He ultimately resigned. For my story for the Free Press, I investigate whether suicide, assisted dying, and euthanasia are a sign of human empowerment or a sign that we're in a dystopian world where core human values are disintegrating. You can read, I am 28 and I'm scheduled to die in...
I mean, I think you already know the answer to that. It's not a sign of empowerment. How is it empowerment that you're choosing to off yourself? Like, hold on, what was her name again? Soraya or something like that? Soraya. What's her last name? Oh, Tier, something like that. Y'all check out Patreon, y'all. We got exclusive podcasts on Patreon right now. Go check it out. Link is in the description. I'm just like, man. Oh, you know what? Oh, I don't know if I can show that though. I don't know. Okay, this is an article she was talking about. She said, look, she's only 28 years old, y'all. Like, you're only 28 years old. That is so crazy. Like, the enemy has gotten so rooted and has you in so much bondage that at only 28 years old, you feel like the better solution is to just die. She said her plan is to be cremated. She said, I don't want to burden my partner with having to keep the grave tidy. We have not picked a urn yet, but that will be my new house. Wow. She said, we have not picked a urn. Is it urn or urn? I don't know how to pronounce it. We have not picked a urn yet, but that will be my new house. With excitement. She added what? She added the emoji after house. Says she lives in a Dutch town near the German border. She had ambitions of being a psychiatrist. She was never able to muster up the will to finish school. She was hobbled by her depression and autism and borderline personality disorder. Now she was tired of living, despite, she said, being in love with her boyfriend, a 40-year-old IT programmer, and living in a nice house with her 2 cats. She said, where the tree of life stands for growth and new beginnings, she texted, my tree is the opposite. It is losing its leaves. It is dying. And once the tree died, the bird flew out of it. I don't see it as my soul leaving, but more as myself being freed from life. Her liberation, as it were, will take place at her home. No music, she said. I will be going on the couch in the living room. So you going to do it on the couch in the living room? And your boyfriend got to sit on that couch every single day? Like, oh my gosh. She added, the doctor really takes her time. It's not that they walk in and say, lay down, please. Most of the time, it is first a cup of coffee to settle the nerves and create a soft environment. She's talking about the process of dying. She said the doctor gonna come in and give her a cup of coffee to kind of settle her down and create a soft environment. Then she asked if I'm ready. I will take my place on the couch. She will once again ask if I'm sure, and she will start up the procedure and wish me a good journey. Or in my case, a nice nap. Because I hate it if people say safe journey, I'm not going anywhere. The doctor will administer a sedative, followed by a drug that will stop Tierbeek's heart. When she's dead, a euthanasia review committee will evaluate her death to ensure the doctor adhered to due care criteria. I wonder what that is. And the Dutch government will almost certainly declare that the life of Zora Tierbeek was lawfully ended. She asked her boyfriend to be with her to the very end. I wonder how her boyfriend feels about all this. There won't be any funeral. She doesn't have much family. She doesn't think her friends will feel like going. Instead, her boyfriend will scatter her ashes in a nice spot in the woods, and they have chosen together, she said. I'm a little afraid of dying because it's the ultimate unknown. I mean, if you don't know God, it's unknown. She said, we don't really know what's next, or is there nothing? That's the scary part. I mean, it's definitely not nothing. Sadly, you're definitely going to be sizzling, but that doesn't have to be the case. Jesus literally died on the cross to offer forgiveness for everyone's sin. All you have to do is just repent and put your faith in Jesus Christ, and you will be saved and you will have eternal life. But this is such a wicked place that we live in. And this is something that I was thinking about for a very long time, is as human beings, God knows this, but as humans, we don't even understand how far our sin has progressed. Our sin is at a level of wickedness that is so much deeper than that we could ever imagine. And God is looking at all of this wickedness, and God is looking at the progression of our sin. And I know he's heartbroken by it. But there is hope for the lost. We have a Savior. His name is Jesus Christ. It says that she's one of the growing number of people across the West choosing to end their lives rather than live in pain. It says, I'm seeing euthanasia as some sort of acceptable option brought to the table by physicians, by psychiatrists, when previously it was the ultimate last resort. So more and more people are choosing to do this when it was supposed to be the last resort. Now it's becoming a primary option. Do you think this is going to come to the United States? I I think if we continue down the same path that we're on right now in America, in terms of like everyone's truth is valid, then I could very well see this being a reality in the United States. If we continue down that same path that we're on right now. Because I do think that this is going to be viewed as some sort of empowerment. And ultimately, I think it's going to be also looked at as like my body, my choice type of situation. And America has such an infatuation with the idea of empowerment by way of death that I could see this being a reality in the United States if we continue down that path. I really don't know. It's clearly demonic. It's clearly not from God. It's clearly from the enemy. And the fact that people are raising their hands to have this procedure done, it speaks volume to the spiritual health, not only in America, but of the entire world. And it begs the question, are we going to see Jesus return in this lifetime? Nobody knows. Nobody knows the time. Nobody knows the hour. Nobody knows when Jesus is going to return. Obviously, we know that there's certain prophecies that have to take place before that happens. But just seeing the wickedness and the progression of sin and the promotion of death, it makes you think like, man, we got to be close. Let me know what y'all think about this story. Get in my comments. Like this video if you want to support the channel. Check out Patreon. I'm out, y'all.